Hey, we got Drewz Viewz here, and today I'm reacting to the season finale of Stranger Things, Season 3, Stranger Things 3, The Battle of Starcourt, which is the name of the mall where the Russians have taken over, trying to punch the key into the wall or whatever the guy, Alexei, was calling it. R.I.P. him. Smirnoff, as Hopper is calling him. He seemingly got killed by the Terminator guy last time. I don't know if we saw if he's 100% dead, but he was in very bad shape. Hopper and Joyce are running around. He went in there into like a pretty cool looking thing at the carnival with a bunch of different rooms up on it. Put a bunch of bullets in a Terminator dude. He is like the Terminator for real though. He didn't go down. He didn't die at least. Got some other guys. But the Battle of Starcourt, I assume Hopper and them will be going to the mall because everyone else has gotten there now. All the kids have finally gotten there. The last scene of the previous episode, 11 came in to save them, flipping the car into the guys. Everyone started meeting each other like, who's 11? What? Robin's like, wait, what's going on? How does this girl have powers? They're filling each other in. Well, Robin also filled Steven that she's not into him. She's not even into dudes at all. So that was a little subversion they did with the character dynamics at least. But her and Steve have sobered up from the drug they were injected with at least, because Dustin and Eric had to kind of drag them around last time like drunk little children. What else? Joyce punched the mayor again. He gets beat up every episode he's in. Nancy and Mike's parents are still completely clueless about everything. And yeah, we gotta see what the Mind Flayer is up to. Obviously all the people it's collected so far into this like coalition, this one monster thing. Assuming we'll be battling this time. And is 11 strong enough to stop it? Because they did try to make contact with her in the first place. They're trying to trap her. So we'll see what happens at the end of 3 here. Let's get into it. Alright, so that was the conclusion of Stranger Things 3. I can see why they call it that, I guess, instead of season, even though it's kind of, I don't know if you'd say pretentious or whatever it is, but it does make sense. I mean, that was really like, even this season more than the other two, I think. It was like one long movie, definitely. All the setup, it really only took place over seemingly one or, maybe 2 or 3 days. I can't remember exactly. Obviously, the second half of the season was all on July 4th itself. I don't remember how many days before that it started, but not too long, I don't think. At the end there, they said not the American, so who are they talking about? Is Hopper somehow still alive? We didn't see his body, like I said. How would they have gotten him out of there, though? And everything was exploded, blasted up. It's possible, though, I guess, since you didn't see it, but if he is 100% dead and gone, then certainly R.I.P. Good job, David Harbour, the actor, with this series. I don't know if it's like a thing, if he is really dead, I don't know if it's a thing where he wanted to be written out of the show, maybe he wanted to do movies or something. I don't know, because it just didn't seem, I wasn't expecting it, certainly. I mean, it makes sense on some level that, like, there should be deaths all the time with how much crazy stuff's going on in the show, but it didn't seem like a character they would kill off. But again, maybe he is somehow still alive there. But, a nice scene with Al reading his letter, like I kind of said, it's Taylor written for something like to be read posthumously, even though he didn't intend it like that, and didn't even read it to them, as Joyce found out when he was alive there. And so, yeah, I guess they are moving away, we're not sure where, but that makes sense too, of course, with all that the Byers family has gone through here. And as the season on whole, I mean, there's obviously a ton of 80s references still, as there always is. Some of the stuff was a little more subtle this season. I think I definitely did like this season better overall than season 2. I'm not sure if it was as good as season 1. I'm not sure how long they can keep this going. Obviously, they're clearly setting up a season 4, and it's super popular. I do think there's going to start to be some diminishing returns, though, if they don't. mix it up a little bit somehow. I'm not sure how. And it was still very entertaining. Like, I enjoyed the whole season perfectly well, but it's, I don't know, wasn't anything too original here. I mean, it never has been completely original because it is kind of a pastiche of all these things, but, you know, Stephen King stuff, Spielberg stuff. I mean, this season there was, you know, it started with the Day of the Dead stuff, but, you know, no, and it definitely had a zombie-ish type of theme. And I was wondering if those people would be back to, you know, somehow go back to there, but no, they're all dead. We saw with Billy, I guess, did Elle. So Elle lost her powers. I guess I'm kind of going all over the place here, but Elle's powers are still gone, assuming those will be back as well, but interesting that they're gone for now, and that, but she still was able to pull Billy out of it just by showing him his or telling him that about his memories. So I don't know. So if he hadn't been killed by the thing, like sacrificed himself, would he have been back to normal? Been able to be back to normal? Unclear, but that was an interesting scene. But yeah, overall with the Mind Flayer stuff, the zombie type stuff, yeah, it's all nothing completely original, and you know, even just in the finale episode here, there's a ton of references. Like even the very end reminded me of The Thing a lot, the movie The Thing, in the cage there. There's clearly like, I think Alien, both references to the movie Alien or Aliens, and you know, Jurassic Park with the creature was acting like the dinosaur or the alien at certain points, and some, I guess, some 70s stuff too, even, but mostly 80s, of course. But yeah, I was kind of saying it wasn't as heavy-handed this season. I didn't think it was, but there was still, I mean, with like the new Coke stuff and all, I mean, there's still definitely some. It's definitely not a subtle show, and not that that's what they're going for clearly, but like to see like the time period worked in realistically. I think it was a little bit better in that regard this season. Although I'm saying this and they had a whole set piece about a never-ending story song. So the girl was real. The girlfriend was real. Susie. I guess they wouldn't have set it up that much for it not to be. But yeah, very interesting sequence there. The funny part right before the tragedy there, I guess. But yeah, I mean, the tone overall is still pretty good on the show, I guess. I mean, it is. This season was more Spielberg than King, I would say, which was maybe a little more the first two seasons. Like the horror element, I guess, wasn't. It was a very comedic season, certainly. Obviously, I laughed at a lot of parts. The horror, I mean, there was still some horrific things, certainly. It was a little more in the vein, though, of, yeah, I don't know, like Aliens and stuff like that, like I said, or some of these Spielberg movies then, like the darker horror, I guess I would say, that we saw more in the previous seasons. So yeah, I mean, and the individual storylines, you know, I guess I would say the Nancy Jonathan storyline, or at least the thing with the Nancy one, the newspaper, didn't really. It just kind of went back to what they always do, like with the gun. I mean, it does just end with all the action scene. That's how the season's got to end. But I would say their storyline in particular, I mean, I guess with them together, they kind of left it like all these other couples are leaving, except for Max and Lucas. But with the Nancy in particular storyline, I guess, yeah, with her thing against the workplace issues and all that, didn't really end up, I don't know, going anywhere necessarily. I'm sure maybe they'll carry on to next season. But and the thing with her parents too, do they still not know that their kids are going, or what's going on with them? I guess not. Mom won't ever get to get with Billy. I guess she thought better of it anyway. But the ladies won't get their free show every day at the pool. Pour some out for him. And like the Will storyline, I mean, he was kind of in throughout, you know, with his like Spidey sense thing. Didn't do too much with it, I guess, but he's still somewhat integral. Murray was definitely a good character to bring back. That's who you would think like would die at the end of this one or something, but he lives, and then it's Hopper apparently. But very good, entertaining character, and yeah, but probably the best arc of the season, or like the best grouping this season. Like I said, they're all split off into groups the whole time, basically. Even at the end here, the four of them are back, and then the Scoop Troop. Yeah, Dustin, Erica, Robin, and Steve, probably the best part of the season to me, their whole thing. So, yeah, see where it goes with the next one for Stranger Things 4. I'm not sure if it's official. I think it probably is, but who knows when it'll come out, but we shall see. Thanks everyone who watched my reactions to it, though. Check out some of my other reaction series. Please, got some good ones going on right now. Feel free to subscribe, leave comments, anything like that that you like to do. And until next time, I'm out of here. Peace. Happy 4th.